Welcome to my Freethinker React series. My name is Jeff with Freedom to Think Broadcast. Find me everywhere at F2T Broadcast or check out my podcast, Freedom to Think. All my links will be in the description below, including the original video here. All right, so today's reaction was suggested by Woke Up in Nightmerica. Message me on Truth Social. If you feel like it, I'd love to see one on Samson. A quick word. Well, sir, a quick word we shall have. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, comment what you'd like to see next. If I choose your suggestion, I will shout you out in the video. So let's get right into this.
Every night before I go to sleep, I speak to the man that rules above. He helps get me through these trying times. He guides my way and gets me through the mud. As a mortal man, I put my life in your hands, cause I know you'll do everything to steer me straight. And because of that, a lot of people tell me that I'm wrong and they act like they're right, but it's clear they ain't.
Interesting. So, clearly this guy is, from what I can tell, Christian. I have found in my experience that the arrogance of atheists trying to say, oh, well, there's definitely no God, and you're definitely wrong, and you should believe what I believe. You guys are just as religious as, typical Christian, Muslim, whatever. You're faith-based because you can't prove your side. There's a lot of faith to it, following the science.
Smear your name, but I fear your reign. Some folks don't know how much you sacrificed, and when judgment day comes, they're gonna be sorry, cause they're all gonna have to pay a massive price. But I won't, cause I live for you. No matter how many of my peers doubt me, every breath I take and every step I make is in your name. That'll never change.
Okay, so this is a prayer. This is my first Samson video, so not really, I wasn't sure what I was gonna expect. So this is a very interesting prayer. I didn't stop at the most flattering time, but obviously he seems like he's a very devout Christian, and he's explaining kind of the general persecution that he deals with, which is happening more. Did you guys hear about that with the white nationalist Christians are like a threat to democracy or whatever? Are we really going the Christian people need to be persecuted route now? Because we've been on this kick with white supremacy being the ultimate danger, while we're out of food at the grocery store, and we're out of baby formula everywhere except the border, and then we're like, oh yep, nope, now it's the Christians who are the problem. You can't pinpoint a group. Let's see what this guy's got.
Many of my peers doubt me. Every breath I take and every step I make is in your name. That'll never change. Dear Fauci, Easter's coming up. Do you think that I could spend it with my loved ones? Maybe open up the window, let the wind.
I'm sorry for my rant. I didn't know where they were going with this. Dear Fauci. So is this satire? I'm sorry, I gotta keep going.
Easter's coming up. Do you think that I could spend it with my loved ones? Maybe open up the window, let the wind blow. Maybe circulate the air, mix it up some. No, I was kidding too. It's just a little joke, I would never disapprove. I already put the chair 6 feet apart and cut a little hole in my mask big enough to get my spoon through.
Dude, okay. I love the rage in this and the sarcasm. Because all of the science, okay, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? What can I not say? They have been mistaken on a lot of things. I didn't say outright lied. Mistaken. The anger and frustration is there, and I love his presentation of it. Doing a great job for just sitting in the bedroom like that.
Disapprove. I already put the chair 6 feet apart and cut a little hole in my mask big enough to get my spoon through. Yup, yes, my lord. Vaccine cards are gonna get checked at the door. I don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it. If they don't, they can go next door.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I love the angry sarcasm. That's cool. And yes, this all happened. You saw that where people were like, hey, I don't know what to do. These people said that I can't come to their wedding if I don't have a card. And then people say, oh, I can't go grocery shopping if I don't have a card. I can't go to work if I don't have a card. I had my friends get docked pay every cycle because they were considered a hazard to the office. I had my brother-in-law fly across the country to go to a shoot. And then when he got there, they turned him away, fired him, lost $6,000. and paid all the travel expenses already because he didn't have a card. So that was bull. And I love the anger and frustration that he's pouring into this because, I mean, I basically built the studio and I'm doing most of what I'm doing based off the angry frustration of what's going on. So I love this very much.
At the door, I don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it. If they don't, they can go next door. They're not welcome at my table. I don't care if you've already had it. There ain't nothing you can tell me. This is fatal. I ain't buying into the junk that Trump sold you chumps. Fuck your narrative. I'm not gonna help you with your fable.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care if you've had it. And then meanwhile now, with the latest information, not the information that we've known forever, but the latest information shows that if you've had it, you have long-lasting immunity. Very good. Very good. So if you've made it and you survived, like me, then you're better off than anyone. But sure, go and get number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number however many they tell you, and then still get it. Like Trudeau up in Canada, who got it a second time. I'm so grateful that I got my extra doses. Otherwise, I would have been totally done. It would have been over. Meanwhile, all the people who got nothing and then got it anyway are having mild. Come on, you can't fool people. You can't fool people anymore.
I mean, this is fatal. I ain't buying into the junk that Trump sold you chumps. Fuck your narrative. I'm not gonna help you with your fable. I'm trying to keep my health stable. They don't even have their booster shots. They're my family and I love them to death, but they're gonna kill me if I let them in. Should I do it or not? And my friend keeps.
Oh man. Yeah, I had some unhinged family that like cut off from us. They've been gone for like 2 years because they're just hiding and staring at the TV in their house, and they don't know what to do. And they think that we're crazy and we're the plague and we're whatever for living. People like he's portraying, you just got to cut him off. Like, I mean, you don't even have to cut them off. They're cutting themselves off. You just got to let it go. You can be like, hey, you know, when you pull your head out of your ass, then you can rejoin us in society and they'll be great. But that box in the living room is controlling your life, and it's embarrassing.
They're my family and I love them to death, but they're gonna kill me if I let them in. Should I do it or not? And my friend keeps trying to convince me that he's fine because he's been vaccinated, but it isn't the same. He only got 2 shots. That was 6 months ago. You gotta get free. Now the definition has changed. He better stop bitching because he might need 4. Maybe every quarter of the year there might be more. Why would...
Yep. You already saw the places where they mandated 4. That happened. I mean, I had videos way back when where I was like, by the way, they're about to request for the 4th one to be approved, and it will get approved. That's what I said. And then it got approved, and then other places are like, oh, well, it's approved and you have to get it. Once you cross that line of letting them tell you what you have to get, it's game over. So I don't care what you do. Do not care. Do what you want to do. I'm just going to do what I need to do. And if you're like, no, you need to not make your choice, you need to make the choice that I want to make for you. That's when I start busting out the science and the data and the whatever, telling you why I'm not doing it. And if that makes you feel like an ignorant fool for doing it without the information, well, that's on you, and you shouldn't have poked the bear. That's where it's at. I love the faces he makes. His expressions are amazing.
Shit has changed. He better stop bitching because he might need 4. Maybe every quarter of the year there might be more. Why would you ask questions at a time like this? I mean, I could loot a Nike store.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I could loot a Nike store. Dude. That was good. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that.
Be more. Why would you ask questions at a time like this? I mean, I could loot a Nike store. Always talking about natural immunity, vitamin C and capsules of glutamine, water and exercise, going to the gym and eating healthy, zinc and potassium. Ooh-wee. He probably...
I literally take every one of those things. So I don't go to the gym. I have a full-time job, 3 kids, and then I woke up at 5:30 to do this. So I need to work on that some more. But I'm not going anywhere for it. The vitamins, I'm here all day. Garden, venison, fish that I've resourced myself. Like, being healthy is no longer a thing. It's only what Big Pharma's definition of healthy is.
He loves Joe Rogan, and that's why his views are inapt. I mean, fucking immune systems? How stupid is that? When have we ever relied on those? Yeah.
I don't watch Joe Rogan because I don't have 3 hours a day to dedicate to it, but my wife seems to be getting more and more into it. And I've seen lots of his clips, and I appreciate his guests. You know, he leans a bit more left than me, but also I feel like his brain is pretty functional. So he's like starting to understand some of the flaws in certain types of thinking as the real world experience catches up. And he just has really smart and qualified guests on his show. I actually got a 30-day ban on Facebook because I shared a clip from him with one of his doctor guests who was explaining something that seemed very basic and very obvious and is completely and 100% true, factual. But then they gave me a 30-day ban, which I found out because the next day was the first day of school for my daughter, and I posted a picture of her with her little backpack, and it was like, you've been suspended from posting for 30 days due to misinformation.
Immune systems? How stupid is that? When have we ever relied on those? Yeah, exactly, I don't know. What, before 2020? Don't be a dummy, you know that was such a long time ago. This is more than the flu, misfortune and doom. This is apples and oranges, a fork and a spoon. Just two different things that you can't even compare. And if you want to go there, you're a moron if you do.
Yeah, that's amazing. See, I have scars all over my body from chicken pox. And I got chicken pox about a year after they came out with the shots for it. But my mom wouldn't give me the shots because it was brand new and kind of experimental. And she was like, yeah, I don't really trust it. And the mortality rate of chicken pox is just so low. I'd rather you just get it and then you'll be fine. And so I got it, a severe case, to the point, like I said, where I have scars everywhere. And then I got better, and I'm fine. A few years later, my younger sister got the shots because, you know, it'd been enough time. And then a bunch of years later, my little brother got the shots because, you know, it'd been enough time, tried and true. Then a few years later, he got chicken pox, and then he gave my sister the chicken pox. So both of them who got those new shots got severe cases anyway. Breakthrough infections. Yeah. So, point is, your immune system is pretty solid. God did a pretty good job. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's all cost-benefit ratio. Cost-benefit analysis. What is this going to hurt and what is the benefit? Is it worth the risk? And then you just make that choice, and that's a personal choice. Nobody gets to make that for you. Nobody.
Fork and a spoon, just two different things that you can't even compare. And if you want to go there, you're a moron if you do. Idiot probably doesn't watch the news. He probably does his own research. He's a doctor too.
That's amazing. And I've heard people say that, specifically liberals. It's like, oh, so you're just making it up as you go along, huh? Because you do your own research. It's like, listen, if you've spent the last 5 years seeing everything about Trump being wrong in the news, how do you just trust anonymous sources or the experts there? Like, that's just embarrassing to blindly trust. So yes, to do my own research is typically to look at what's going on at Stanford University, to see what's looking on in the that giant trial over in Europe with 35 countries and 600 million people. That's a pretty good sample size for a study, don't you think? And then they say, oh, well, because it's not on the news, then you're just disqualified. So I'm not a doctor, not even a little bit. Neither is Joe Rogan, and everyone gives him a hard time. But he interviews doctors, like super, super qualified people. And I share information from super, super qualified people. So I'm just the messenger, dude. That's the point.
Moron if you do. Idiot probably doesn't watch the news. He probably does his own research. He's a doctor too. Thinks critically, informs an opinion to the best of his advantage. I mean, I can't even talk to you. Have you not seen the SNL skits? Rest in hell. Piece of shit, don't even go there. I know you've heard the songs with Stephen Colbert. I know you've seen all of those vaccine musicals on the late night shows. How could you not? And if you don't believe those, I don't think that's what Fauci would want.
Bro. I have seen those. Very unfortunately, the like let's get boosted and the I actually don't know the names of them. Okay, but I've seen at least parts of them. They're cringy AF. Ugh. The brought to you by Big Pharma music videos featuring celebrities and drugs. It's just sad. And people are like, oh my gosh, I was part of that. It's so amazing. You're like, yeah, bud, good on you. I'm so glad things are working out. So glad. Who knows people with weird, all of a sudden health problems? Moving on.
How could you not? And if you don't believe those, I don't think that's what Fauci would want, huh? Nah, fuck the AIDS pandemic. That was way back in the 80s, man, forget it. I don't care that you got everything wrong back then, too. This is like way damn different.
Yeah, I was about to say, Fauci was like telling people that they need to be scared and isolate from each other, and that AIDS could spread like person to person pretty easily. I mean, he totally botched it. Like, he was way off. And the definition of insanity, you know what that is. So did you think he was going to be perfectly on this time? Or is he just going to say whatever gives him the most power and funding? Because that's probably more likely.
In the 80s, man, forget it. I don't care that you got everything wrong back then, too. This is like way damn different. I'm willing to give you a second chance and a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Man, I don't like to get into the technical shit. Just tell me how many more injections to get. Gain of function. That's just Republicans saying some dumb shit. I don't count that. Fuck it. It's not a...
So we got this new monkeypox out, and it turns out the baddies who were involved in the previous issue may have had a hand in the creation or modification of that. It's a may. I'm not saying definitely, but they fact-checked it as some of it came from there. Was it the gained of function part? The part that made it transmissible to humans? I said, was it? I didn't say it was. I'm just asking. I'm just asking the question. You're free to think whatever you want. I just have some questions.
About how many mistakes you make. It's when you make a mistake and how you bounce back from it. And you're real fucking good at that. There's so many things that have come to light. You could probably do something horrible like kill a dog and nobody would even... Oh, right.
Bro, the Beagles. R.I.P. the Beagles. Okay. And the scalps.
To light, you could probably do something horrible like kill a dog and nobody would even... Oh, right. I don't mind if you butchered beagles. You can murder my grandma. I wouldn't look at it as evil as long as one of them doesn't do it with their careless actions. Maskless, ruthless people. It's like folks don't believe in you anymore. All the faith and the trust is gone. I don't care that you put hounds 6 feet deep in the ground. I always root for the underdog. All right, I'm done fucking around. Insanity is doing the same thing again.
Okay, we got a new scene. The Dear Fauci. Okay, that was great, by the way. That was amazing.
For the underdog. All right, I'm done fucking around. Insanity is doing the same thing again and again and then expecting a different result. That's not the exact definition of the word. It was Einstein's, but it makes sense, so it holds. Look, if I was your fitness coach and I was giving you routines to get to your goals, but you kept getting fatter and you weren't getting thinner, would you keep paying for me to assist you? No. Or better...
I mean, the analogies that you can make are so numerous, it's outrageous, which is great for the upcoming artists, because I keep hearing great stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, listen, if you had something you wanted to achieve and you're paying someone to help you and then they're getting you moved in the other direction, you fire them, or you definitely don't consider them like top tier qualified expert anymore. That's just logical.
Yeah, what if I was your physician and you came to me with a sickness and I'm supposed to fix it and I gave you a bunch of prescriptions and they didn't work over the course of 2 years? Would you find someone different? I think there's a good chance you would, and if you wouldn't, guess what? It's your choice, and that's the good thing about living in America, at least until now, you had a voice. This has been a pain in the ass for everybody. It's really been a bitch from the start, but how many times you gotta get fucked before you realize they don't have your best interests at heart?
Dang, dude. I mean, he said it exactly right. I'm a big advocate of freedom. Do whatever the hell you want, but you're not going to make me do anything. Like, it's not going to happen. I've said okay. Got to behave here. Gotta behave here. Follow me on Truth Social. Follow me on Getter. And you can see what I really have to say. But this is so good. I enjoyed that so much. I thought it was going to be just like a religious sermon. And then it just like flipped over and he was like the psycho person praying to Fauci. So I hope you lasted long enough for me to get to the flip. Because at first I was just like, you know, I liked it from that point of view, but I just wasn't expecting it to be like that. And then it flipped and it was amazing. So once again, Woke Up in Nightmarica. Very cool. Follow him at Noob Censored on Truth Social. You know, I'll give you guys shout outs. You give me a good video. Absolutely. So I enjoyed it a lot. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, and comment what you'd like to see next. I will leave the link to the original video below and the links to all of my social media where you can find me. So I'd love to hear from you. I really enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one.